Hey guys, it's Jose, Benefits Makeup Master, and I'm here today with shefinds.com. So today we're going to talk about gals with, acne scars, which can be a concern for many gals. So what's most important when trying to cover up acne scars is that you want to prep the skin properly. Hydrating mist. You can either opt to spray it onto the face, which if you're going to spray it onto the face, it's important to note that doing this feels really good, but does nothing. So you have to really get in there and spray to the point where it looks like you're having a hot day, like you're starting to sweat a little bit. Good test to see if you are hydrated. If you touch your skin with the back of your hand and it feels slightly tacky, you're good to go. All right, you're feeling good. You're tacky. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to use a moisturizer, what I suggest, just use one here, is you use a very sheer amount and just press it where you need it. So this is a primer. What's unique about it is the primer it feels like a big drink of water. So it is a gel, and I'm opting for this versus, say, a silicone-based primer because we're not trying to keep the oil away, we're trying to just add a bit of moisture. So I'm just gonna put that here. I'm using a sponge, but you can use your finger as well. You can just massage that in. And for areas where you're trying to cover up acne scars, you want to make sure that this is also very hydrated. So I'm going to add a little bit of the primer just so that it makes the makeup last longer. Again, because I'm using products that have a lot of coverage. And we'll get this side too. So you look like a Picasso. What we're going to use is Benefit's new Boing, yes, Boing, Bouncing Back from Imperfections Industrial Strength Concealer. And this is like your full coverage product that you're going to want to use to cover up those scars. Now there's a little bit of a trick to it. It's a drier texture. So we want to put the product on and we want to leave it there, and the product will actually start to soften up. After it's soft, then we blend it. And we'd want to only apply it where needed. We want to use less products, but in a sense get more coverage. So to do this, we're only going to target, again, the areas that need the concealer, so kind of bring that down so it matches the rest of the face. And to make this even out, we're going to use foundation. So again, you can use a brush. That way you really target the areas where you need the concealer. If you don't have a brush, you can even use your finger. It's just going to give you a bigger surface area. So I would kind of warm this up. Maybe I'll use this area as an example. And put it on, but don't blend it. It's going to be really difficult to do that, but just trust me on this one. All right, so we're putting that on. I think we're good on this side. Put it on to the point where you just don't see what's underneath it. So yes, be a little liberal with the product if you want, because we are going to blend it out. So I think we've got all the little uninvited guests covered up, sealed. What I find is that most women have multiple tones in their face. We are three-dimensional. So sometimes if you have it within your means, I would go with 2 different foundation colors, one that's slightly darker, one that's slightly lighter. When you mix the 2, it'll be your skin tone, and then the lighter one will naturally give you a way to highlight, and then the darker one will be a great way to kind of contour or shape the face. So I'm going to use 2 different shades. As you can see here with her skin, this one is slightly lighter, and this one is slightly darker. So we're going to use the 2 and mix to get her skin tone. Use the deeper one in the areas that naturally want to contour or shape, and the lighter one in the areas where we want to keep the highlight on the face. All right, so we'll take our beauty blender. Feel free to use your fingers if you'd like. I'll show you how to do both. But with the sponge, you want to pick up the product completely. So it'll just pick up and go. You want to work it into the sponge, and then from here, we are going to stipple. So we're just working this over top. And what this will do is the areas of the face that naturally didn't have discoloration or weren't as dark are going to get a light covering of foundation. And then the areas that we did conceal are going to now match the rest of the face because we're adding a foundation that, again, mimics the natural tone of the face. And so in a sense, we didn't put concealer over the entire area, which would look heavy. And more importantly, we don't have that tone differential. We're now balancing out the areas where there are acne scars and the areas where there are not. All right, so I went ahead and finished the other side. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Want to see more? Be sure to subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.